So for the past weeks we still had quite a lot of snow, which was kind of surprising and honestly kind of annoying too, because I already had the spring vibes going on and the first flowers started to bloom and now they were covered with snow again. But it is still beautiful, of course, and I can still enjoy it. But I feel like it's enough now. It's supposed to be spring now and I want it to look like spring. Even though I love the snow and I love the cold and I can enjoy it very much, and it's probably my favorite time of the year. Probably autumn to winter, like in between, but winter is also very nice. But yeah, I felt a bit annoyed by the snow in these past days. I finished the green sweater that I was working on in the last video, and it is the same color than the sweater that I'm wearing. I'm wearing the Coming Soon sweater. It's a pattern by Paula Strict, and I got the same yarn in a different quality. So this yarn is an alpaca silk blend, and here I'm just weaving in the ends. If there is ribbing, I will always try to make a fold along of one of the rib columns so I can then weave the needle from one knit stitch to the other, as is shown here. I don't really know how to explain it, but I think you can see what I'm doing. So that way it isn't really visible, even though it's on the inside, but still it's very neat. So I do enjoy this method of weaving in the ends. My blocking process is kind of simple. I mostly use some kind of wool detergent, but I was too lazy to go to the washing machine where it's stored, so I just used some shampoo and conditioner. That's also really good if you want to use up some products that you can't use on yourself because of reasons. You can still use them on your sweaters to wash them and to block them. So I'm just like squeezing it in the warm water with some detergent and then do a second rinse cycle with just water. That's usually the way I do it. found out by accident, kind of, that my drying rack exactly fits my log burner. And since it is all metal, it's not a big deal if it gets hot, so I can place it on top there and dry things. It's very handy. And of course I needed to start a new knitting project, so that's what I'm doing here. And I realized this part looks a bit sped up, but it isn't. That's just the way that I cast on, and it's really fast. I can't really see what I'm doing here, so I couldn't really explain it, but it works. It's a tubular cast on, so I'm knitting 2 rows of double knitting and then continue with knitting each stitch, and it looks very nice and clean. Oh, and here I found my new favorite sour candy. I love sour candy. My teeth are very sensitive, so I can't have a lot of them, but these were really cute. I just quickly wanted to show how the sweater turned out. It's really oversized, but I think I love it. It's just huge and flowy and very light, but still warm. I also steam blocked it because I don't have a blocking mat, so it was drying kind of funky on my drying rack. Maybe one day I will get some blocking mats, but for now it works this way. I now have to leave because I have an appointment, which means thrifting time, and that's also a thrift store I haven't been to in a while, so that is very exciting. And yeah. It's the next day and I'm not feeling that great because I was out in the world, and as usual that's quite exhausting for me, but I did find a few things in a thrift store, so I just quickly going to show them. So I found 2 CDs. First one is The Killers, Sam's Town. I think I had this album when I was a teenager in a digital form. And then I found Portishead Dummy, also a really good album. I think together they were €1. And then I found this tea light holder diffuser type of thing. I don't know the exact name of this, but you put a tea light in here and then you put some water on top and some essential oils, and it will diffuse the oils and it will smell good. So I thought I would take that with me. It is ceramic, and as far as I can tell it is handmade, and the glaze is this very beautiful brown and black. So I am going to put this in my bedroom because for my living room I use my log burner. I just have a pot with water on top and then I put some essential oils in there, and this is for my bedroom, so I can do the same thing and have like some lavender or rosemary scent. I think my favorite are lavender, rosemary, bergamot, and in Swiss German it is called Arven, and in German it is called Zirbelkiefer. I will look it up, but these are the 4 cents that I use the most. Lastly, I got this shirt. It's just a tank top shirt, sleeveless top kind of thing. And it is 100% cotton, and it is vintage as far as I can tell. I don't see any signs of wear on this. And it's a very thick, sturdy cotton fabric, which is nice. This was $3.50. Yeah, that's my tiny little thrift haul there.
unterwegs und so. Also da sollte man auf jeden Fall immer sehr vorsichtig sein, insbesondere jetzt im Frühling. Da fühlt sich halt hier diese Flatschenmorche hier ganz wohl. Unter dem Bärlauch, hier sind noch Eschen, die werden ja leider auch immer seltener, die sind ja auch...
I started my first batch of garden plants, I think around 2 or 3 weeks ago, so now it's time to repot the first seedlings. And I did a variety of kale. It's a very dark leafy kale, and different varieties of tomatoes. I think I have 3 different kinds. And then I also planted nasturtiums. It's a special variety with really dark red flowers. Looks very pretty on the picture. And then I also had some kabocha pumpkins. These are my favorite pumpkins to grow and to eat. And yeah, I need to start my second round of sowing my seeds soon. I will do that next week probably. And I moved all of the seedlings that I replanted into my neighbor's greenhouse. We are allowed to use it with him, which is very nice. And they will grow there from now on until I can plant them into my garden. I've been knitting on this new project for the past few days now, and it is really addicting because of the color changes. And also I really love the color combination that I ended up with, because I didn't really consciously choose it because these are leftovers from other projects. But the green color is Drops Daisy in the colorway Olive Oil, I think. And it's left over from my Coming Soon sweater that I made a few weeks back. And I think I was also wearing it in an earlier part of the video. And the white color is Drops Lima in the colorway Chalk or something like that. And that's a leftover from my mom that she gave me, because I also have leftovers from Drops Nepal in the same colorway. And these two yarns have the same composition, so they're a alpaca and wool blend, but they have different weights, I think. Drops Lima is a 4-ply, and I don't really know what these categories mean, like worsted or fingering or sport weight or something like that. I just know how yarn is plied, and I look at the label for the recommended needle size, so that's how I choose a yarn for a project. I don't really know what the different weights mean, because they also are very different depending on the country they are sold from. So when I had these two quantities of yarn in my stash, I thought about making a sweater vest, and I looked for inspiration, and I wanted to do some kind of striped pattern, but more of these fun 90s stripes. So less of the very blocked two colors, but more of like a combination of different colors and varying sizes of stripes. So that's what I came up with, and I did order the brown color to make that, which is also Drops Daisy in the dark brown colorway. I don't know if there's a name to it. I do have a little drawing of it. That's how I imagine it to be, maybe a bit more symmetrical than I did this. At the start of this year, I made an inventory of all the yarn that I have and made plans for that. And I already planned for something like this. And I drew this little sample of how I want the pattern to look like, and I'm doing exactly that. And it's bottom up. And of course I don't use a pattern as always. I just do whatever pleases me, and yeah, that's that. dafür, dass es gar nicht so schnell ist. Es lohnt sich ja gar nicht, so einen Lärm zu machen. The snow has finally melted for the majority of the area, and I am very excited to start new adventures next week when spring is really here.